Oh, my head was just in the clouds. Cloud computing, that is. So what is cloud computing anyway? It sounds so ethereal. Well, in 1997, if you sent a Y-mail, you cloud computed. And when you uploaded that video in 2005 to YouTube, you cloud computed. And of course, when you share this video, you guessed it, you cloud computed. The fine folks at Scenios share their thoughts on cloud computing and give us a taste of their production solution in the sky.
I've been working in production for about 20 years now. Began my career actually in the music business, working in live event production, working with bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam. Helped start a tour called Lollapalooza. Moved into more of the technology side of things in the late 90s. Started a technology company where we invented a technology to transmit streaming video over satellite from remote locations, primarily for news gathering types of applications. And then I spent about 8 years working for The Man at a big company out of London for a large production concern. But then in 2009, I started Scenios with my partner, Jeff Wirtz, and we've been doing cloud-based production since then.
My production background has been about 30 years I've been working in television. I started out as an editor at NBC, did a lot of sports programming, and been to every sporting event you could ever imagine. And I started my own production company called Synergistics Media, and I've been producing different productions, and I got involved with Inside the Actor Studio, and I've been producing that predominantly for the last 18 years now.
I think one of the key challenges, which a lot of people see in the production world, is just there's so many different tools that people are using. You may be using one application for the script, one for the budget, and pulling all these tools together is very difficult, especially the bigger your production team gets, because you're working with a lot of incompatible file formats and software applications. That's why, with the cloud is really coming to the fore now. And I think that's why a lot of people are excited about this space, because you finally have a technology that enables you to pull all of these different functions together into one single browser-based environment.
One of the biggest challenges that I've experienced as a producer, director, and an editor is how to keep my team together and work efficiently. I've spent many years in an edit room going, there has to be a better way to be able to have my PAs work together with each other.
Scenios is a virtual production office that's based in the cloud. It helps you work with your cast, crew, and staff more effectively to do things like share your script, your budget, distribute your call sheets. You can even manage your budget in Scenios and actually even upload videos for things like reviews and approvals.
Just because you work hard doesn't mean that the product is better. It really is how to utilize your time properly.
Well, I think the first generation of cloud-based tools that came out were standalone applications, right? And so you had things like Adobe Story with their script writing application. You've got another one called Quick Film Budget, which allows you to do a quick film budget. And that's fine, right? But the problem is you've still got a lot of different applications. And again, to manage your team, to get them all using these different tools, you have different logins, it's difficult to manage. So then you start to see the emergence of a set of production management platforms based in the cloud. You've got companies like Synchronize and Lightspeed and some really interesting companies in the space where finally you can work in one place and manage all of these functions. Now you're starting to see still another generation of companies, kind of like Scenios, where you're not only having production management tools, but you're also having video management tools. So you can do both sides of the equation, and finally you get to a point where you have a single login to manage your entire production.
The cloud is going to help revolutionize the way productions are organized, I believe, because you're eliminating the need for a lot of infrastructure and hardware, and that by relying on the cloud, you're using services provided by somebody like Amazon for their computing and technology and their server farms, that I don't have to maintain and own all that hardware.
I think these cloud technologies really are going to revolutionize the way productions are done, right? And you're kind of seeing it already. With the advent of any new technology, you have a certain amount of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? And you had that with the web when that came along, online banking, even going back to the fax machines. I mean, it's common for any new technology. Now, as people are getting more familiar with the cloud, they're understanding what it means, what it is, and what it, how it can impact their workflow. So the FUD is starting to go down, and people are starting to get more comfortable. So what I'm seeing is that the cloud is not going to become, it's basically going to become a standard tool. People aren't going to say, should I use the cloud? It's going to shift to what cloud-based application is best for me. So that's one thing. First is that people start to use the cloud. They'll just take that as an assumption. Going forward, I think you'll start to see the emergence of sort of hybrid online, offline cloud applications. So, in our industry, we talk to a lot of people who may say, hey, I'm on set in the middle of the desert. I can't get online. I can't access the cloud. And that's a legitimate concern. So what you're going to start to see, and I know Scenios, we're releasing something like this in June, is an offline version of these cloud apps. So for example, you'll be able to have Scenios on your iPad, right? That's fine. But if you can't get online, all of the content has been cached. It's been stored onto your iPad. So even if you're not online, you've still got access to all of your information and you can start to see it. So I think that's going to be one of the next trends in cloud computing.
Hey there, information overdrivers. Use the cloud and share this video. The share button's right down there. Until next time. So where do you download Information Overdrive? Go to Cruise Control's website and click Podcast.